everyone, welcome back to my channel. I asked my friends over on Instagram what they wanted to see this week and they chose today's topic. So make sure to follow me on Instagram because I will most likely always give you a few options in my Insta stories for which topic you want me to do next. So today's topic, gender stereotypes in the customer service field. I have worked many jobs in this field, but my current job is probably the most infuriating as it relates to gender. I work in a store where people mostly buy greeting cards, birthday gifts, and like a lot of other things. But the gender stereotypes are the most palpable when it comes to cards and gifts. Our card section is divided by binary gender, which already upsets me. In case you missed it, gender is not binary. There are more than two genders, more than two sexes, and everything in between. But yeah, people are really sensitive to buying the right card for their loved one, but usually they're more sensitive to making sure that a card for a boy or a man isn't too feminine. So every shift I get asked, would this be okay for a man or a boy? Or sometimes I just get told, oh no, this is for a boy, if I suggest something bright and happy. Apart from the soul-numbing frustration of suggesting cards to people, there is also the soul-crushing task of suggesting literally anything else to these same types of people. So once, an older woman came into the store and she was looking for an agenda for her husband. And we didn't have that many left at this time of the year, and he wanted a specific format. So the one left that we had that I suggested was bubblegum pink, the cover, because part of the proceeds for that agenda were going to breast cancer research. So when I suggested it to her, she said, oh, no, that won't work. It's for an 85-year-old man. To which I replied, well, some men like pink. Friends, this woman proceeded to look at me in utter shock, and it honestly looked like she was about to hit me. Like, I've never seen anyone look at me like this, especially not at work. I literally felt scared for a few seconds. I kind of reacted to her reaction. My face also dropped because I wasn't expecting that facial expression. I don't remember now what she replied, but she was actually more level-headed than I assumed she would be. She considered taking the agenda, but decided it'd be better to ask her husband first. But that look, like, I must have been the first person to ever suggest something like that to her. Recently, a different woman came into the store and was looking for a diary for her son, and her son really wanted a lock and key on it. We do have a few at our store, but already these sorts of items tend to be marketed to young girls, so slim pickings for her. But I showed her what we had, and I pointed, for an example, to one that had a picture of Elsa from Frozen on the cover. And she said to me, well, that's obviously for a girl, so not that one. And I suppressed the urge to scream, somehow. And I replied, well, it depends what they like. It wasn't exactly what I should have said. I meant to say something more along the lines of, boys can like Frozen as well, or some boys like Frozen. I don't know what your boy likes. But in retrospect, she may have hit me, so maybe that was for the best. One anecdote from a previous job, I worked in an office for a music school. Mom was very concerned because her young boy wanted to learn the flute, and she thought it was too feminine, and so she kept asking me if it was okay for him to learn the flute. And I mean, I'm already biased because I'm a flute player, but I mean, I told her, yeah, it's fine. And I think he proceeded to take lessons. I don't remember. At my current job though, sometimes people will just walk into the store and say something like, what's a good gift for an 8-year-old girl? Literally, I don't know. I act like I don't know. Based on this information, I have maybe like 20,000 options for you. To me, it's the same thing as coming up to me and saying, what's a good gift for a human? The age like sort of narrows it down, but to ask me what's a good gift for a girl, when I know none of their interests. And sometimes these people, I will say to them, well, what do they like? And they look at me and go, oh, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I remain civil, but I try to show them that the information they're giving me should not mean anything. Girls can have many interests, boys can have many interests, non-binary children and adults can have many interests. Anyways, the thing is, I know that these people are coming in to get gifts and very nice cards for their loved ones, so they are well intentioned. But at the end of the day, this whole concept constitutes violence to me. It is violent to tell a child, or an adult for that matter, who they are based on their genitals. Because let's face it, that's what this is. A baby is born, people see that baby's genitals and assign one of two genders to the human, and then proceed to force them to fit a certain mold of who they're going to become and what sorts of things they're going to like. And when they determine for the child their interests and characteristics as a person, in my opinion, they are committing violence against these people, against us, everyone. We've all been gendered basically against our will. Children and adults must be free to determine who they want to be and what they want to be interested in. Also, parents need to learn that there are more than two genders, but, baby steps. But I really want to convey to you somehow the look in these parents' eyes when their choices are limited to something slightly feminine for a boy or man. They honestly get really angry and upset, more so than when something isn't very feminine and it's supposed to be for a girl or woman. To them, it's disgusting to even suggest something remotely non-stereotypical. You wouldn't believe how rigid and upset they are. Even young parents. There was a woman who appeared to be maybe 30 who was searching for a nice pen for a man, and I showed her one line of pens that I think she liked the brand, and they were all different colors. And she was like, okay, well, I can't take this one, this one, this one. And she was pointing at all the actual bright, colorful ones. And so she decided her only options had to be between dark gray, black, and dark blue. Why? So it just goes to show it's not just super old people that are still really rigid about gender stereotypes. It can be anyone of any age still. But what's worse is that the people who are maybe in their 20s, 30s, who have children and are rigid about gender stereotypes, are raising kids in that line of, with those beliefs. So those kids might stay rigid about gender stereotypes. It's really a never-ending cycle that, obviously has made progress over the years, but there's still so many children that are being forced to be people that they might not want to be. Especially, I find there's an issue because of toxic masculinity. When you tell little boys they're not allowed to like Pink or Frozen, those little boys might, go on the path of really, really bad men when they grow up. And that's why we live in the society we live in, which is misogynistic and patriarchal. It's not an accident. It's in small decisions, like what kind of greeting card to buy for someone's birthday. It's in those small acts that we shape society and culture. So it's, when I'm at work, it's not just like, oh, this is annoying, it's really upsetting to me. It's really frustrating. And at the end of the day, there's only so much I can say in the moment, but I hope each time I try and go against their stereotypes, I hope a little seed at least is planted for some level of reflection. I could go on, but you get the gist. It's really frustrating. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave comments below about your experiences in your jobs or any situation where you've had to deal with really rigid gender stereotypes when you didn't want to, and let me know how you handled it, because I still never seem to come up with the right thing that I feel is right. It's still really hard on the spot to reply to these people with a good response. So let me know in the comments. Please share your stories with me, and make sure to like and share this video with your friends. That would mean a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to this channel. I upload videos every Thursday for now. Perhaps in the future I might do 2 videos a week. We will see. And again, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The links will be in the description box below. Thanks so much, and have a flutey feminist